Hello and welcome to Fit to Box channel, and today I've got a real treat for you. A video where a professional cutsman stroke hand wrapper wraps my hands with gauze and tape whilst chatting about his life as a professional hand wrapper doing shows around the world. I would like to thank Jamie Sheldon, Cutman Sheldon, for his time and also for giving us a fantastic insight into his job hand wrapping professional boxers and MMA fighters. I would also like to thank Dean Sheriff, Managing Director of Empire Pro Tape, for sending me a box of their excellent Empire Pro tape, which is used in the video and in the making of this hand wrap. Okay, so Jamie's going to start off now wrapping my hand. As you can see, he's starting off with the gauze around the wrist. So how long have you been doing this then, Jamie?
I wrapped my first pair of hands when I was about 10, 11 years old. And
right.
It just kind of stemmed from there. Saying I've done it for a job or a profession, I've been working with pro fighters and unlicensed fighters, Thai boxers since I was in my early 20s, like on and off. Not to the extent that I'm doing it now, but that's when I started really getting into it and decided that's kind of what I wanted to do. Yeah,
because it's now, it's your profession now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so, but it's one of those things where I've kind of turned a hobby into a job, so I don't see it, it's not really like work, if you know what I mean.
That's the best type of work.
Yeah, nobody enjoys working.
It's just the speed that you do it. I know you have to be under pressure for time sometimes.
Yeah,
but
sometimes you do.
It's incredible how fast you're able to get a wrap on.
The thing with the speed is that's just a practice.
Yeah.
That's just doing it, repeating it over and over and over again. And it helps as well when you're working with fighters, when you work with them a couple of times, because they know what they should be doing, turning their hands and making fists when they need to. Yeah. So how long before an actual a boxer or MMA get into the ring or the cage, how long really have you before you actually get them wrapped up? Everybody's different. In MMA, on the bigger shows, you're generally allocated a time, which is usually about an hour and a half, because on the MMA shows, all the cutmen have to wrap all the fighters. Yeah. So you're allocated time, so you probably start wrapping 2 hours before the show, and just start working your way through them. Now with professional boxing, it's just down to that individual fighter. Yeah. When you're doing the championship bouts, obviously, same again, you get allocated a time because you've got to be inspected. Yes. Some boxers leave it as late. I'll start an hour before they're due to fight. Yeah. But that's all down to that individual. Yeah, yeah. But it's never like last minute then? No. It's better to get them done nice and early. Yeah. In case anything needs adjusting, changing, it gives you a bit of leeway to make changes if need be. Yeah. And then the opposition fighter comes in, or his corner come in to have a look and inspect? One of his corners, if it's a championship bout, they'll inspect and make sure everything's alright. Yeah. Generally, I've never really come across any problems. Nobody telling you to re-wrap? No, because you've usually got a boxing board inspector, well, you always have got a boxing board inspector beside you. Yeah. So he'll be looking whether you're cheating or doing anything you shouldn't be doing. Yeah. And if everything's within the rule book, they haven't got an argument. Yeah. So then now you're putting on the Empire Pro tape? Yep. And how long have you been sort of using the Empire Pro tape? Dean first got in touch with me probably about 12 months, 18 months ago. It's actually been on market for only about 6 weeks. Right, okay. 6 weeks to be fair. We did have some samples of it and at the beginning of the year, so we had a chance to play about with it and make adjustments if we needed to. Yeah. It's had such a high profile since it's come out. Yeah, it's been lucky really that the fighters that it's been on and the other people that we've got the tape to, like some other good cutmen that I know, they've used it, they've worked big fights, so it's managed to get out there on the bigger names from the off. Yeah, I mean the social media is going mad. Yeah, social media plays a big part in it. It's free advertising at the end of the day. And things like this, if somebody sees a top level fighter weight on, and that top level fighter's doing well and is winning titles, this and other, these younger fighters, they want some of that. It's same with the books and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, make a fist? Yeah.
Easy to rip?
Yeah, it's great. It's great to use. It tears easy. Adhesive on it's great. It's nice and strong. Tensile strength on it's good as well. It's really strong to pull. So it gives you plenty of support. And it's the only, and everybody's wanting the branded stuff now. That all stemmed from America with another company. And that took off over there, but the only problem you've got with tapes abroad, it costs that much to get it shipped over. So they're an opening market for a good British tape, and obviously Empire, that's what they do. So all better to develop something than them. Yeah.
So now you're splitting between the fingers.
Yep.
With a thinner tape.
The thinner tape. Always starting in the middle.
Yeah.
Spread your fingers wide for this little bit. I'll make a fist.
And then you pinch it in between the fingers.
Just pinch it so you get no adhesive on the skin.
Yeah.
This is nothing worse. You get a bit of adhesive on the skin, the file will start playing about with it.
Yeah. You can't have tape on the skin, can you use that?
Well, this is a bit of a sticky point here because in the rule book it says no, but then because the rules change all the time, they can't keep up to date with redoing the rule books all the time.
Yeah.
So then we got told you allowed 3 strips on the skin.
Okay.
Running down the hand.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't see what benefit you get from it.
Right.
Make a fist. If the fighter wants it, I'd double check with the inspector that's going to inspect you, and if it's a championship bout, I'd check with the other team first.
Yeah, yeah.
That it's all right before I start putting any on skin.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters will want to put it on the skin themselves, but like I say, I don't see any benefit because when the hand starts getting warm and swelling up, it's going to pull the tape. The tape won't stretch. Yeah. So I can't imagine it being.
I did think that, like whether or not it would, if you put tape on the hairs on the back of my hand.
Exactly, this is what I mean. It's not the comfiest.
We're having a waxing.
Yeah, make a fist.
Okay. And then in terms of your social media, how people get in contact with yourself on Instagram?
Yeah, that's just Cutman Sheldon, same as my Twitter's at Cutman Sheldon, and then I've got a Facebook. I will be putting a page on there as Cutman Sheldon, but my Facebook's just my name, Jamie Sheldon. Okay. At the moment, so it's even if people have got questions about tape and wrapping, where to get the stuff from, what's best for whatever they need it for, because obviously we cover jiu-jitsu, Thai boxing. Yeah. Anybody can get in touch. I'll answer any questions that anybody's got. I'm not one of these that's going to try and keep everything for myself.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Because obviously when we were coming up, same with my friends, like I say, I've got some good Cutman friends down south. Yeah. There was nobody to answer our questions or show us a lot of trial and error. Yeah, so we're more than happy to answer any questions that anybody's got. Brilliant.
And then with regards to Empire Tape, you've got Instagram is Empire_Pro Tape, and Twitter is at Empire Pro Tape, and again they're on Facebook under Empire Pro Tape as well. So you can see all the top level boxers that have had Empire Pro Tape on their hand wraps. There is loads, yeah.
There'll be loads on there. You can keep up to date with what's happening, who's using it. Make a fist.
So in terms of high-level fighters that you've hand-wrapped?
With this stuff, obviously Gavin McDonald wore it for a WBC world title shot that he had. Yeah. Tony Bellews had it on when he beat David A. Yeah. Then obviously you look down south, my friend Adam Gigley was another very good cutman. He's on his Cutman UK. He uses it. He's had it on Crawler. Yeah. There's loads. List goes on. If you have a scout on my social media, there's too many to remember. Yeah. Have a flick through there and there's everybody on there.
Being used more and more.
Yeah, and obviously it's not just us that's using it. All boxing trainers all over are getting involved and giving it. I know some Ingle boys have had some off me, and so there's loads of people using it. It's going well.
I mean, the feel of this now, this feels absolutely superb. It really does.
Yeah, that's
the feels so protected.
Yeah, then you just have to build the tension up as you go. Yeah. Like I say, with a decent tape as well, it's just easy to work because it unrolls nice and easy. You get some of the old stuff that you're having to.
Yeah. So the tape's moved on then in terms of.
Oh yeah, it's evolved so much. Like the first tapes I ever got, I can't remember how much they were. They were about this big. You couldn't really pull it. You needed 2 hands literally to unroll it. You had to cut the strips. It wouldn't tear. Yeah. But when all said and done, that's all we had available back then. So we had to work with what you'd got. Yeah. But then obviously it's evolved. People have had new ideas, and it's got to where it is today. And I'm sure that it'll evolve again at some point.
Yeah, yeah. Because As we went,
nice and tight.
there you go. I remember going to a show and I was in the dressing room. I went with a friend of mine, Kieran Gray, who's a journeyman fighter, and at the time Dean Powell was cutting the strips and putting them on the mirror a few years ago on the Cleverly Kovalev fight. And obviously now you don't need to do all that preparation and sticking it to the mirrors, just literally.
It's all to save time as well, because as a fighter, he's got enough going through his head. He might have a big fight coming up and he's got a lot on that fight, there's a lot at stake. Or it might make him boxing a 4-rounder that's scared to death, he's nervous. He don't want to be sat being told to stay still in a chair. So it helps the fighter if you can get it on. Obviously I've slowed the process down a little bit today, benefit of video. But on fight night you can really motor on and get through, and then that fighter can worry about what he needs to be doing.
And you're one of the last people actually to be in front of them and one-to-one time.
When he first starts, I'd probably say we're the first person that starts getting him ready. So we're the first one, so a lot of the time they'll come, they're nervous, we have to talk to them, and you have to kind of see how that fighter's feeling, because sometimes they don't want to talk to you. Some will just put their headphones in and they want to be just left alone. So you've got to you get used to reading the fighter.
And then presumably do people request to have you to do their hands?
Yes, you get some. Like I say, a lot of it comes from social media as well, to be fair, but it's we're not there. I'll never go to a fighter and say I should be doing your hands or anything like that. It's all word of mouth, because some fighters like other people doing their hands, it's what they're used to, but you can't be at every single show.
Of course.
So if fighters get in touch and they want me to go and do hands, I'll work with anybody. I'm not bothered, I'll help anybody. I'm not contracted to a certain number of fighters. I'm just like a freelance. I can go
any show, any promoter.
Any show, any promoter, and any fighter, I'll gladly help.
There's a tremendous amount of material used in it, like a wrap. I mean, just that one hand there, I mean, so much tape, so much gauze. Even with the padding, which obviously you pre-prepared the padding. But how many times did you go around for that pad?
On that one, what you've got on today, there's about 45 there. It's generally you just use a full roll in boxing. But same again, it's bespoke to that fighter. There's some boxers don't like much, some do. Some gloves are tighter than others. So when you've been doing it a while, you get used to the gloves, so you know how much room you've got to play with, if you like, inside. A lot of the top level guys, they have the gloves custom made anyway, so you know what you're dealing with. You've just got to play by ear. The thing with doing this job, you've got to be able to adapt, because every fighter is different. Even if you might even turn up and you've got hand injuries. I've had them come up to me before at the start of the fight and say, I bust my hand 2 weeks ago. Obviously he's kept it quiet because he needs to fight. So you've got to adapt the hand wrap to support that hand then.
So if they've got a knuckle injury or if they've got a thumb injury, you'd alter the tape. And
you'd order how it's done. This is just the bog standard. If there's no hand injuries, and it's just an easy one, this.
So obviously the channel, I do a lot of glove reviews as well. I mean, you must see a lot of fight gloves. You've got a favourite fight glove that you? Grant's?
By far. By far, I'm not going to sit here and slate any other gloves.
No.
Because obviously people like them gloves, but my personal favourite, and the lads that I work with, the Grants. I don't think you can go wrong with them.
Because winning gloves don't seem to have as many on the big fights winning gloves as...
No, I know Chris Eubank Jr., he's quite fond of them. But you'll see everybody training in them. Because the training gear is second to none. They're on the full kits with the groin guards and the full face headgear. That gear's good. I've never really had much to do with the competition gloves, because like you said, not many people go down that route. And it depends what country you're in as well, because you go over to the States and you see a lot of people in Everlast. They do some nice stuff.
And Rival as well. Rival have done some really good stuff recently.
I've not had much to do with Rival, so I'm not going to be able to comment, but they used to make MMA gloves. I don't know if they still do, and the quality of them. I've had a pair, Russ Amber, who owns Rival. He showed me some of his fight gloves, so I put my hand in. I've not actually hit anything with them, but the quality of them is very good.
Rival have brought out some really good designs as well, the actual style that they've been doing, especially for like Lomachenko.
And they do Joshua, they look after Joshua as well.
What about fly? Have you come across any fly gloves?
I have come across fly gloves, but same again, I've not had them on my hands. I know some fighters, it's the same with every brand of gloves, because like I said, I'm not going to slate any gloves on here, but I know some fighters that don't want a certain spec of gloves, but then you go to a next show and that fighter, that's the only glove he'll wear. It's personal preference. Yeah. It's personal preference. I can't comment much on the fly stuff because I've not used them myself.
I've done a review on some fly gear. It was superb.
Yeah.
And
I know the quality and it's handcrafted and the quality and how it's put together is brilliant.
Yeah, and the McDonald brothers have used.
Yeah, I know they've used it. Gav wore them for one fight. Jamie wore them out in Monaco. Yeah. When he fought out there. And there's a few. Who wore them out? There was somebody wearing them on Saturday. I think Alan Adam Booth lads. I know somebody's like Ryan Burnett. He wears them. Yeah. He likes them. Just make a fist. That's it. Yeah, Ryan Burnett likes them. Yeah.
I mean, I love the reason for starting the channel is I love my boxing gear, my boxing gloves, and it's just interesting to see, sort of obviously from your point of view, your opinion. Yeah. I mean that.
Keep a fist nice and tight.
That hand wrap there. And then what are you doing there?
What I'm doing here, before I finish it off, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a final seal on it all. This bit here is just compressing it down because it's zinc oxide. When I first started, I thought zinc oxide was the actual tape, but it's not. It's the adhesive. Okay. It's medical grade adhesive that activates under compression. This is why it's easy to get off the roll because it's not been wound on too tight. Okay. If you wind it on the spool too tight, it's hard to get off. Yeah. So once you put the wrap together, all I'm doing is just compressing it down, ironing out in a little bits. Yeah.
So the real science behind the...
It's same as everything, it's just evolved. Yeah. It's just evolved. Like years ago, they used to just kind of fire it on. And like people used to think this was the important bit. Yes. The important bit's the wrist. Yeah. The majority of the hand injuries all stem from the wrist. There's been very few hand injuries that I've seen around the knuckles. You see the bruised knuckles, bit of swelling, this and other, but all the breaks and the serious stuff is back down here. Yeah.
So you travel the world doing all different shows?
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to be able to travel and see places in the world that I'd never actually get to go to. Yeah. So yeah, it's like I said earlier on, you've turned it over into a job. I think it's priceless. Yes. And I'm going to have to plug my missus for this because we are letting me do that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I won't. Yeah. That plays a big part in it.
Yeah, that's all part of your support, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. People forget. I've still got kids at home that need looking after and things like that. So.
I mean, what you've just done there, that is like a work of art. And watching as each layer goes on in the process.
Yeah, you just build it up gently, just gradually.
Yeah, it's just nice.
And then this is the last bit what I do. I'd always just, because if you notice what I've never done is just constantly wrap round from there to there. Yeah. Because what happens here, you get like a coil effect and it goes too tight on the hand. Yes. So the fighter will get pinned, the needle, the hand will go numb. Yeah. So I put the strips on, so if the hand needs to swell, it can expand downwards. Right, okay. And the only time I'd wrap totally round is the top piece. Yeah. But it's only going on light, and that's just the edges where I finished. It's just to stop them peeling back if he puts his hand in his pocket or he's taking his jumper off. Yes, or things like that. Yeah.
And as you say, you're taking your time here, but you can just rattle these out so quick.
Yeah. It's just opening it up nice and wide. But that's down to the fighter that you're working with as well. Make a fist. Open it up. Close it. Open. Close it. Open it up. Close it. So that'll be all that bit together. Then what I ask him to turn his hand over. Yeah. And we'll take all this away just to free his hand up.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can feel sort of the...
It just releases a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
I like to have an open palm because it makes it can grip better. Yeah. And you turn his hand over to make a fist. How's that feel?
Feels great. Absolutely brilliant, really.
And that'd be pretty much.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean,
a bog standard hand wrap.
that is so comfortable and so supportive. You can really feel sort of, you could put your gloves on and punch through a wall with that one. That is absolutely great. So just to go over again, Instagram, Cutman Sheldon, Twitter @CutmanSheldon, and on Facebook as well. And then for the actual Empire Pro Tape, if you want to buy it, buy online, empireprotape.com, and then you can go onto Twitter @EmpireProTape and Facebook Empire Pro Tape as well. So really are great, and if you get in contact with them, they can hook you up with some fantastic tape and gear, so you can have some quality hand wrapping done like that. So I'd just like to say thanks ever so much to Jamie. That is absolutely wonderful to see that process and to chat through sort of his experiences doing this job that he's doing. And just to say thank you ever so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to Fit2Box channel, and thanks once again.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.